Good evening, everybody. It's Lynn here, the Go Live Granny. And it is not Sunday evening, no, it is Monday evening. And I wasn't live last night because I was spending time with my family. And we've had a wonderful family weekend. So I'm live streaming here now on Monday, the 8th of April, 2025. So if you're coming in on the live, please, comment, make a comment below so that I can chat to you. If you don't want to, that's fine, but it's nice to know who's coming in. And if you're coming in the future, then do please, hello Heather. Do please put a comment in if you're watching on the replay, and then I will be able to catch up with you later. So I'm just fiddling about with my camera. I think that's all right. I am very, very tired tonight, folks. I've had a wonderful weekend with the family and I am tired. So I don't know how long I'll last. I might last a long time, I might not. But here we go. So Heather, how are you, my dear? Have you had a lovely week this week? I hope you haven't had shenanigans. So, shenanigans. Have I had shenanigans? Yes, we have had shenanigans. So where was I when I live streamed last week? Was I here or was I at home? Do you know, I can't remember. I can't remember. I think I was here, wasn't I? Hello, Tina. I think I was here at my daughter's, wasn't I? Because I went home, then I came back on Saturday and live streamed from here on Sunday. That's it. I'm getting a bit confused because I'm a bit tired. That's right. So I did a live stream from here on Sunday night. And then, of course, I was here. And then on Friday, we went up to my son and his new wife and their children. My granddaughter had a university open day, and it was only an hour away from where my son and his wife live, and so we stayed up over there. Doing very well, thank you. Your grandma's going home celebration was beautiful. Excellent. Your grandma's going home celebration was beautiful. I'm so glad that it was beautiful, and you got I'm sure so many memories to in your arsenal, I think. Is that what we would say? I don't know. Sorry, I am so tired. I'm almost not knowing what I'm saying. But let's see how I go. I might last all right, but it's been quite hectic here. So we've got Heather coming in on YouTube, and we've got Tina coming in on Facebook. And we'll see who else joins us. I'm not quite sure if everybody remembers I was going to be here tonight and not last night. I was expecting people to message me and say, where was I last night? But most people probably remembered that I said I wasn't going to do a live stream last night. Now, next week, I will be live streaming, and I will be live streaming from home next week. And then the following weekend, it is the Easter break, and I will be with my family again. And on the Sunday night, I won't be live streaming because I will be, we're having a break all together. No, well, it's 13 of us are having a break together. So I don't know what I'll do that week, because it'd probably be the Monday night again then. So next week it's Sunday, this week it's Monday, and then we'll see how we go. And I'm just going to grab my drink of water. Sorry, folks. Let's see if I can just grab. And I've got a little blue water bottle. Now, I did lose this little blue water bottle. In the end of my rainbow bag, there's a bottle. There's a bottle, a thing for a bottle here. I've got the pink bottle in there, and in the other end, the blue bottle. Well, I did have two, and then this one got left at the wedding. But I've managed to scoop it up again, so I've got it back again. So my little water bottles that travel with me. Excuse me. There we go. Just a little bit of water. So, what have I been up to? Do you know, it's a bit of a job to remember back. I've just had such a hectic weekend, that I'm trying to remember what went on earlier in the week. I don't know if I can remember what went on earlier in the week. I did some crafting earlier in the week. I was having fun with crafting. I was making some pop-up birthday cards. These will be for probably for sale for charity. So that's right. I bought, no, hang on, look. These ones that go flat to go in an envelope and then they pop up. And I do like a nice bit of sparkle, as you know. So I made this one into a happy birthday card. And I'd put some, can you see, some candles across the middle, because I'd had another die cut that had candles. So I put some candles in there. So that's a rather nice one. And then here's another one that's sparkly. Another one, again, it folds flat to go into an envelope, but then it pops up. And there we go, look. So there we go. Lots and lots of sparkle. And then a nice green one. My daughter loves green. And I think last week I probably showed you the Mother's Day cards, didn't I? I think I showed them. But this was just another birthday card. And this one goes flat to go in an envelope too. And then it pops up and stands up like that. So that's what I was doing. And then before I went away, I was playing with another one. My daughter, one of the Mother's Day cards I made for her was very much like this one, but I've done this one in a different color. So this, whoops, let's take this out. So this is like a little hexagon box, but it actually, it folds flat. It will go in a flat envelope, but it pops up. I haven't finished this one, so there's some decoration to go on. I'll put lots of decoration on there. And but I came home and I wanted to craft tonight, but I was just too tired, so I didn't bother. So I just sat doing very little, trying to chill out. But anyway, that's that one. And then let me think back to. So I did quite a bit of crafting before I went away, but I'm trying to remember what else happened in the week. I don't know that I can remember very well what we did. Never mind. So we went away on it was Friday when we went away, and so we went up north where my family are, and we had shenanigans. We had shenanigans before we even got off the drive. The car was all loaded up. There we were, ready to go, and the car wouldn't start. My daughter's got a people carrier, only it wasn't carrying us anywhere. But fortunately, in the village where she lives, she has a friend who, well, she has jump leads, but she has a friend who will come and help her jumpstart the car. So they've got more than one car, so she was able to jumpstart it from the other car, but her friend came and put all the clips on and did what needed to do. And then eventually we got going. We were a bit late. Yes, oh no, oh yes, Heather. So I wasn't on a train. I wasn't having train shenanigans. We were having car shenanigans, and that's not all the shenanigans we've had this weekend either. So anyway, we weren't too late getting off the drive and heading on our way. Fortunately, I didn't know whether that was going to delay us a long time, but it didn't. So we got going, but we did hit traffic. We hit traffic when we were going north, and we were stationary for a little while on the, would it have been the M5, M6 we did. So I'm not quite sure where we were when we were stationary, but anyway, we got there eventually, one of those things. And so we went up on Friday. My daughter then took her daughter. So one of her daughters has gone skiing. So she wasn't with us. So she's away skiing. We saw her, she went off on Friday skiing. And so my daughter has twins, and one is skiing and one was going for a uni visit. So we went off up north, and then on Saturday my daughter took her daughter to the university, leaving me and my son and daughter-in-law, their two children, and my daughter's other two children. And there is a lovely park not far from where my son and his wife live. It's a beautiful park, and it's got some it's got bike tracks and things in it. And so off we went, because we had taken two of the children's bikes, because my daughter had this people carrier, and she worked out how to, she managed to get two of the bikes in the back of the people carrier, and she took a photograph, and it's a jolly good job she took a photograph, because today when she was trying to get my son was trying to help her get the bikes back in the car, in the people carrier, she couldn't remember. He said, "Oh, what a shame you can't remember how they went in. You should have, about maybe it would be good if we had a photograph." And then she remembered she had taken a photograph, and then so she looked at the photograph and worked out how she'd put them in. So we got them in anyway. So we went off to the park with the children, with the two children, and the little children had bikes. And then the bigger children had bikes. And so we went off with a picnic and over to the park. Well, it was a beautiful sunny day and it was lovely. And I was sitting there minding all the bags while they were off doing all their bits and pieces, because I'm the bag lady, as you know. And then our trip to the park was quite short-lived, and I didn't see this, because in front of me there was the bike tracks, and there was a big mound, and they were going up this side, but I didn't see what happened on the other side. Well, my son came running back to get some wipes and plasters and things, because my grandson, he went down one of the advanced tracks, and maybe it might have been better if he'd gone on not the advanced one. Anyway, he and his bike parted company, and he's okay. It wasn't a hospital visit, but unfortunately he went very grazed on his arm, very grazed down his leg. But it didn't stop him going back the next day and having another go. But the next day he went on the not quite such advanced track, but he loved it. Yeah, absolutely, Heather. We had one job. Of looking after my daughter's children. It's one of those things. I mean, if she'd have been there, it still would have happened, probably. So, anyway, he's okay. And it was all cleaned up, but we just didn't stay in the park quite so long as we were going to. Anyway, the next day we went back again, and this time we did spend a much longer time in the park. We've had beautiful weather this weekend, beautiful blue skies, and I love sitting in the park. You might have noticed it on my social media. I take a lot of pictures of trees and trees against the sky, whether they've got leaves on them or whether they're, just without their leaves, before they've got their leaves and all that. I just love it. I love that sort of thing. I love taking pictures of flowers and all that sort of thing. And I just sat there and I was just admiring. There were so many trees around me in this park, and I was just loving the nature of all that. I mean, I'm watching the children, obviously, coming and going on their bikes, but I was just loving all the nature. And of course, all the blossom is out on the trees. On the way to the park, there were lots of lovely blossom trees, and the daffodils have just gone over. I mean, they're so lovely when they're in bloom, but then when they go over, they look a bit tatty, don't they? But anyway, the rest of it was just beautiful, and so that was lovely. And so yeah, we had a really, really nice time. And I'm trying to think what else we did. Oh, so yes, coming back today, we hit shenanigans again. We hit traffic again, and we were at a bit of a standstill on the way home. But it is what it is, and we didn't get too stressed. You know, you can't do anything about it when the traffic's like that. So you just get on, and the kids had their gadgets in the car, and my daughter and I were chatting away. So it wasn't too bad. So I'm trying to remember. I can't remember a lot of things that I've done this week. I don't know. I do know that I'm heading home tomorrow. So watch out for travel shenanigans tomorrow. When I came back from my because I've been staying at home before, and I came back Saturday week ago, I didn't have any shenanigans. It was just plain sailing or smooth sailing. I think we're a very select group in here tonight, aren't we? I don't think anybody else knows we're here, but I do. Yeah, sorry, I thought that was my daughter coming in. I do believe she's going to bring me a cup of coffee in a minute. So I'll just make a space on the table for the coffee, move the cards out of the way. So yes, it's been, apart from what I've just described, it's been pretty uneventful this weekend. Just having nice time at my daughter's. Every now and again we go out for coffee with a friend of hers who lives near. It's funny, it's a friend who she had at school, and they've been friends ever since they left high school. Or no, since they were at high school. When my daughter got married, this friend that we go for coffee with was her bridesmaid. Then her bridesmaid and the bridesmaid's husband, they lived abroad with their family, so they were living, I think, in Cyprus, and then they came back to the UK and they lived somewhere up in I don't know where. I think I do know anyway. Not near my daughter. And then later on they moved, and they're very close to where my daughter lives now. So even though my daughter moved out of London, because they were all at school in London, when she moved out of London, I wonder whether she knew that she would end up being very near to one of her good friends eventually. And she's got an exciting week this week. The children broke up, so they finished school. Well, my daughter's children have finished school, but my son and his wife, their children, were in school this morning, and so my daughter took them to school. She wanted to do the school run because she had never been to their school, so she took them on the school run. She went on the school run with my son and their two children. It is nice to join back up with friends. I don't have friends left back from my school days. Most of my friends are friends I've made since school days. And I seem to have friends come in for a season and then go out, and then I meet new friends, and it's just it is what it is, isn't it? But I did meet up with some of the people from my brother's year at school, because my sister and my sister's 2 years older than me, and my brother's 2 years younger than me, and we were all at the same secondary high grammar school. And my brother meets up with some of his friends from then. You always say that people come into your life for a reason or a season. Absolutely, Heather, they certainly do. Yes, and sometimes you don't know why, but that's it. There they are. And I've had some friends who I've been very good friends with for a long time, and then all of a sudden they've gone again. And you do wonder, but anyway, it is what it is, and I don't worry about any of these things. So I am heading off back home. Hello, Paul. Good evening from Paynton in Devon. And I don't know if any of... Hello, Carol Ann. Hello. So I don't know if any of the Facebook powers can tag any of the other people who usually come in on Facebook. I don't know, Carol, do you know... are you friends with all the others that come in on Facebook? Can you tag any of them? Because the usual people who do the tagging are not in. So Tracy and Susan and any of those, if you can tag them, but if not, they'll just have to watch the replay. It's just because it's not... I know that Debs wasn't going to be in tonight because she had an important meeting, and she said she would watch the replay. Oh, I'm getting a bit hot in here. Just going to take this off. So let's just take off my gilet. So I hope you've all had Carol, I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Paul, I hope you lovely people in Devon have had a lovely weekend. Has it been nice weather there? And Heather, what's the weather like over there in the States at the moment? My son-in-law is over in the States at the moment. Well, he was in the States, then he went to Canada, and then no, Andrew's not here yet. Carol, I don't know if he's coming in. And so my son-in-law's been away for a while. So he went to the States, then no, I don't know. Yes, I think he went to the States first, and then he went to Canada, and I think he's back in the States now, and then he's back in the UK at the end of this week. So, and I think the family are really beginning to miss him now. He will have been away for 3 weeks, but it's in the 60s here now, but we'll be in the 30s tomorrow. Okay, well, it's been warm here today, but it's cold. You know, it's sort of colder at the end of the day. Carol's saying on the Isle of Wight it's been beautiful, but still chilly at night. Well, you know, where I was in the north, it was beautiful blue sky. There didn't seem to be a cloud in the sky. It was all these lovely trees in blossom and just a beautiful blue sky. So that was lovely. Anyway, I I'm going to put my bunny ears on, because really I would like to have my carrot head top on, or I would like to have the sheep one I bought. But actually, the carrots and the sheep I bought for my grandchildren. I think I put them on, didn't I? I put them on last weekend, didn't I? So I had the carrots, and then I had the sheep ears on. So I left those beautiful little costumes, and I gave them to my daughter-in-law last night. I didn't give them to the children because I didn't know which way round to give them. You know, there was one set that was like the orange, the carrots, and a lovely little orange tutu skirt, and then there was the one that was like a sheep, and like a sheep, a woolly gilet. So I wasn't sure which way round. Anyway, I was woken up this morning. Well, I wasn't woken. I think I was awake, because my daughter had. Oh no, it wasn't today, because the children went to school today. It must have been yesterday. I think I was awake yesterday morning, and the two little ones came in wearing their new costumes, and so I'd bought them. They were both labeled size 3. One of them's 3 and one of them's 5, but they're both very slight. So, and I couldn't get different size costumes. They were only that size. So I decided to just give them to Mummy and let her sort out who was going to wear which. They could probably swap them over. Anyway, there was a little carrot and a little bunny came into my room to wake me up, and they were very pleased with their outfits, so I was well pleased with that. So Heather saying it's still a chill in the air, even with the warmer days. The nights are going to be cold. Okay, yes, so that's a bit like our nights. Mind you, this room that I'm in seems to be the warmest room in the house. Now, if I leave the door open, we get the cats coming in. I did have the windows open earlier, but I shut the windows because when I was in here one day, a cat came in through the bathroom window. I've got an ensuite here, and the cat came in through the bathroom window. There's a little ledge outside, and then one of the cats came in through this window, so I've shut the cat. I don't really want the cats in while I'm broadcasting because they could wreak havoc around here. It was a wonderful, sweet wake up, Heather. You know, it's just so lovely, and of course we're going to all be together over the Easter weekend again. And I've got a few little things planned. I mean, I'm hoping to make 1 or 2 little bits for them for the Easter weekend. And then one of the little ones, she's having a birthday in May. The big girls have got their birthday in May, and we're going to have a get together on that weekend as well. So lots of reasons to be crafting or knitting. Hello, Tia Nicole. Nice to see you in. And so yes, so lots and lots of crafting. My granddaughter, one of my granddaughters, the one who's going to have the birthday in May, she loves unicorns. So it's always things to make for unicorns. And actually, now I'm not quite sure. This I'm going to show you something that came the other day. This is a castle. Look, a fairy castle to make. So this is a set of dies. Look there. And this is well, it could be a fairy castle, or it could be a haunted castle, or it could be a knight's castle. And I've seen it done in yellow as like a big sand castle. No, Carol, I'm coming back to the island tomorrow. And then I'm coming back again next week. And then we're spending time together, the family spending time together at Easter. So I'm back tomorrow, back on the island tomorrow, and for about a week, Carol. I haven't decided on my return trip, but I'm travelling back tomorrow, and I've booked my passenger assist. Oh, Heather says she missed getting this set. So Heather and I, if you don't know, those of you, others of you watching, Heather and I met through the crafting world, and we met through, things, making things like this, and we both look at the same craft companies now, and sadly Heather's missed getting this one because her grandmother passed at the time that this was released. So obviously, her mind was not on crafting. Maybe they'll bring it back for the US. Well, I'll tell you what I ordered today, Heather. I was delighted that it had come back. At Christmas they had what did they have? There were three things in it. There was a box, a big gift box that was like a gingerbread man, and there were three things in it. It was a gingerbread man, and it was a big candy cane. So a big box, a candy cane, and there were three things in it. Can't remember what the other one was. And I noticed that had come back. That was in the sale, so I bought that. But this one, well, if you need any of this cut at any time, Heather, let me know and let me have your address, and I'll cut it all out for you and send it across to you if you wanted to do it. Carol's saying, was everything okay with my journey this time? No, Carol, you came in a little bit after I just told everybody when we were going. So do you mean my journey on the train? The train journey was fine coming back, absolutely no problem. The journey up north in the car, we got in the car all loaded up and the car wouldn't start. So my daughter had some jump leads, and she has a friend who came and jump started the car, and then we got on our merry way, and then we got stuck in traffic because it was Friday afternoon, early evening, and going up north and round, past Birmingham and all that is going to be busy. So we got a bit stuck. I think we ended up stationary on the motorway for a little while. Yeah, Heather, I don't mind if you need anything like that, just let me know. Anyway, so we weren't too late, Carol. Am I jinxed? Yes, I think I am jinxed, definitely jinxed. And then the other shenanigan we had, Carol, you didn't hear me say, was that my grandson came off his bike on the bike track. We were in charge while his mum, my daughter, was taking her daughter to a uni open day, and we had one job. We had one job to look after the children. And poor grandson came off his bike, but he's he wasn't bad. He got his helmet on, fortunately. We always make sure they wear helmets and things. The next day he made sure he'd got gloves and long trousers on, but he hadn't, and he's pretty grazed, but he's okay. Didn't stop him getting on his bike the next day, Carol. Oh, Debs is in now. Hello, no comments at last. Facebook and YouTube shenanigans, to say nothing about our council meeting. Sorry you had car trouble. Oh, so Debs, I didn't think you were going to be in tonight because I knew you had a council meeting. You said you were going to that, but obviously you've got back now. So you've had shenanigans in your council meeting, have you? Why doesn't that surprise me at all? So yes, we had car travel going up. It wasn't too bad, the car trouble. It once the car had started and we were on a long run, it was fine. And coming back, no problem starting it. It was fine. But it was just on the way up there was traffic, so we got stuck. Coming back, we were in a bit of heavy traffic earlier. You might have seen me put on my social media page something about travel shenanigans. I can't remember what I put. I took a picture of all the signage, you know, where it says when it's slowing you down with the speed, you know, it was down to 40, and there was something up there and it was congestion or something it said. So I put that up on my social media page, and something about shenanigans. It wasn't train shenanigans. Hopefully I won't have train shenanigans tomorrow. Hopefully that will be fine. Now I don't know if anybody could tag any of our regulars, you know, like Kath, Tracy, Sue, Susan, any of those people. Andrew, Richard's not in either. Oh, Richard, well, I can't see Richard in. He said he was going to watch, but maybe something else happened, so not to worry. So anyway, that's caught you up now, Carol. So we did have a bit of trouble coming back, you know, just a bit slow traffic, but then we were fine. Anyway, so this I am thinking of. So these are all little gift boxes. You can make the castles as big as you like. You know, all these are separate gift boxes, and they all join together. Can you see that? Let me show you on the Mac. So you've got the nice pink ones in the middle there. And as I say, when they were doing the instructions, and they show you on the tutorials, somebody had done one in yellow to make it look like a big sand castle. So that was lovely. So I might do this for my granddaughter, but I might make it a unicorn castle because she absolutely loves unicorns. Oops, I've got hiccups. Sorry. So I might try and make it a unicorn one. I'm not sure. I have to think about that one and see. But anyway, there's all the bits to it. That's what you do. You put it through a machine and it cuts all the bits out. And then you have to be careful you don't lose all the tiny little bits from here, because some of these bits for cutting out are actually very tiny. Message Richard, told him you couldn't comment. He's going to message me Wednesday. Excellent. Okay. So that was that. I'm not sure if I showed you this one the other day because I rather fancied this one. This is some beautiful designer handbags that are they're gift boxes. Look at these designer handbags. I think I fancy doing those. Gonna have a go at those anyway. So that's that. And then I think since I last saw you, I think this box has come. This is I have one of these boxes every month. I belong. You love making the hand. Oh, did you make the handbag? Have you made these handbags? I've made some handbags in the past, but these ones they're pretty smart. Whoops, hang on. It's very difficult to show you on here, but these ones they even have a thing to cut out to make it look like it's got a zip on it, and little tassels and all sorts. So I'm going to have fun doing those. And then this is my monthly box of craft products. So I belong to the Tonics craft kit collection. I belong to Tonics membership, and I pay for a monthly subscription, and I get a box of goodies. And I'm going to show you what's in. Oh, you haven't made those ones. I'm going to show you what's in this box of goodies. So once every 3 months, they give you a little binder, okay? And that's enough to put in 3 months of these. So each month you get a folder like this, and it has in it some stamps and dies. This is a birthday one. Celebrate. Oh, it's a celebrate gift card. So it's got some stamps that you stamp and on the card and colour in. It's got some dies that you cut out. This one's got an embossing folder with balloons on it. So every 3 months they'll give you one of these, so that you can put three months worth. You can clip it into the binder, and I've got lots of those at home. Some of them I haven't made yet. I must make them up. I want to have a go making them up. Lots of things to make up. So anyway, looking forward to this. But in the box as well, they give you a little grey box of joy. Sorry, a little grey bag of joy. And in the bag, show you what I've got in the bag. Let's show you. So there is a bottle of crystal glaze, which adds clear dimension to your craft creation. So that's crystal glaze. That's nice white glaze. Let's put that on there, see if I can put it there without it all falling down. And then there's this one, which is crystal drops. So this is a liquid, and you subscription sounds good. Nice craft goodies. We are you're plein air painting tomorrow, right? Okay, that sounds good. Whoops, sorry, that's some notification on my phone making a noise. So this is crystal drops. Crystal drops. It's a lick. And hang on, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this out of its packet. So they always come in little plastic bags so that they don't, if they leak, they don't spill everywhere. But I'm going to take it out because their bottles are always so gorgeous. Look, they have a nice jewel on the top, and they're just lovely. And this, it's got a little, it's got a little nozzle, and then what you do is with the crystal drops, they end up like little jewels. So the little gems. Hang on, let me get the little gems over that I've used in the past. Whoops, sorry folks. I've got my face right in there because I'm leaning across. So sometimes I buy these things, these gems like that, all sorts of little gems, and then I would put them on cards like that. Can you see? They're in the center of the flower like that. And this does the same sort of job. It's just liquid, and what you do is you can make those gems with this liquid. So you can put a little daub in the middle of a flower and then let it dry, and it does the same job as those little crystals there. So so I've got the green. I've got a green one of those. Let's see what else is in the bag. Oh, there's another one. Let's see. Wait a minute. This one is, this is blue, and this is a shimmer powder. So that's not liquid. That's a shimmer powder to go on. So that would be good. Let's put them back in the box. And I think I also had, oh yes, I had this. This was also in the little, hello, she's saying Richard's in. I didn't see Richard come in, but anyway, Debs is saying hello, Richard, so he must be there now. So hello, you're late. Had some gong ringing duties for online meditation, right? Oh, then chat. Okay, that's fine. You're loving the bunny ears. Good. Well, it's getting nearly to Easter, so I thought I'd better put that bunny ears on. Debs is saying the liquid gems sound good for painting. They do. Absolutely. You'd love it, Debs. The powders are fun to watch bloom. Oh, I haven't done anything with the glitter powders from Tonics. I must have a go at that as well. But this is an adhesive tape runner, so that's quite useful as well. I do use quite a lot of adhesive tape like that on a runner. And then also in the box this time is a stamp cleaning cloth. There we go. So a stamp true week Sunday. Sorry, don't quite know what you mean, Richard. Sorry. And then this is welcome to the Tonics Craft Kit number 90. This is kit number 90. I haven't got all 90. I didn't join until they were part of a long way through, but I've got quite. I don't. You can, if you belong, if you're a subscription member, you can say, "Oh, I don't want the next one." You can dip out without having to cancel your membership. But if you are a member, anything else you buy from Tonic, you get 10% discount. And so I do buy other things from there. So the value of the box is much more than we pay for the box. So I like all that because you get all the extras, you know, all the different. Sometimes you get pens, marker pens and things. Sometimes you get all sorts of different things in there. So this is what you could create with this one. So there's an idea of a card, but actually also Tonics do have their own YouTube channel, and they have designers who make up things with all the kits. So we get lots and lots of advice. And here's a list of all the things that are in the kit. So there's a die set, a stamp set, an embossing folder, and then there's jet black card, fuchsia pink card, marigold yellow card, chili red card, French blue card, flourishing green, kaleidoscope of colour, and rainbow hue. Those are all the cards, and some are mirror cards and some are ombre. I'll show you those in a minute. And then it says, oh, that green was called Sprig of Mistletoe. Sprig of Mistletoe crystal drop. Then there was the clear crystal grey glaze, the adhesive tape runner, the shimmer powder, and the stamp cleaning cloth. So this goes with the kit. And then, whoops, hang on. Let's just show you. So this, then you get, this has the, not gin and tonic, Lynn. no, it's called Tonic Studios. That's the name of the company, Tonic Studio. So this says every fold, every cut, every hue, craft perfect, where every shade tells a story. And so in each box you get a little folder like this, and then you get various pieces of card to go with that month's project. And so look, these are the lovely colour. Let me do it like this. So we've got a nice yellow and a black. Oh no, that's not black. That's black. And that's red. And then you've got some matte shiny card. Whoops, hang on. Look, that's a matte one, but it's shiny. Then you've got an ombre, a lovely ombre piece of card with all the lovely colours on it. And then another ombre mirror card. There we are, look. I do like a nice rainbow, as you know. And what else have we got? And then we got those two pieces as well. So they give you plenty of items in your box, and that's always very good value. And then sometimes I take all the things out of the box, and I will put, I've got a drawer where I keep my my shimmer powders, and a drawer where I keep all the other bits. So sometimes I take them out of the box. But these boxes are very useful for other things. I do store a lot of my stuff. They're good, strong boxes. So I store a lot of my craft bits in these sort of boxes. So that's another one for me to have a go at. Let's have a look. Debs is saying she's just bought dry markers for the whiteboard and black markers, plus added a link to the... Oh, please add a link to the Tonic Studios. Yeah, Debs, I'll send it to you. I don't know. I think I might get a referral code. I'm not quite sure if I do, but I will have a look. Heather keeps her boxes too. Yes, because they're really good, strong boxes. And then, quite sad news. I buy a lot of things. A lot of the dies, these dies, some of the dies that were I used on here, and this sort of die, the ones I used to make my daughter, one of my daughter's Mother's Day cards, you know, that's a set of nesting dies. Can you see? A lot of these and a lot of my craft stuff comes from a company called Craft Stash. Well, early at the beginning of the week, Lou, who was the lead designer at Craft Stash, said that she was moving on from Craft Stash, and I thought, oh, that's sad. And then the next day, we were told that Craft Stash was actually not going to be anymore. It had come to the end of I think in the crafting world so much had changed, and it was very difficult then for them to compete in the current world. So Craft Stash is having a huge closing down sale. Sam Calcott, who I watch a lot, and she inspires me, and I do a lot of her stuff. That's okay. She does it for us to be allowed to copy. And she's a designer with them, but she put out a thing saying, or they put out that lots of the designers who were with Craft Stash, there's something else coming. So we're waiting for an announcement to see, but it isn't the end of all that crafting. Just going to take my cardigan off. I'm getting quite hot again. Whoops. So yes, so yes, it was. Heather said she saw that the Craft Stash had were closing, but they had a big closing down sale. So I had a parcel come today because I couldn't resist some of those things. When they're coming through as bargains. Let me show you what I bought in the closing down sale. I do have a lot of heart dies, but I've been watching a lot of tutorials. It was again Sam Calcott, who is one of the girls I watch a lot, and she'd made some lovely cards using nesting dies. So there's a lot of can't really see them, a lot of heart shaped nesting dies in there, and this one has a lot of star nesting dies. They're not all sitting nesting properly, but they all nest inside each other. There's and there's some amazing cards that I was watching Sam make the other day, and I thought, oh, just came at the right time. Let Heather rephrase that. She said it's awful for them that they've got to close down, but it's great for me. Yeah, it's great for us because we get the bargains when they're having this great big closing down sale. So I bought these. So I do have a lot of stars, but as I say, a few days earlier, I was just being inspired by Sam, and so I thought, oh, she was inspiring me with all the nesting dies. I do have a lot of nesting dies, but I got more now. So this is a nice one, and this is like a torn star. It's torn around the edges, but but it's lots and lots of oh, you can't see very well there, but it's like it's all the nest, it's all those dies in there. So and then I rather fancied this one. So this one was in the sale as well, and this was diamonds. So this was a set of nesting diamonds. So there we are. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. You like the torn star? Yes, absolutely. I thought that would be quite fun. So I'm going to take these home with me tomorrow, and I'm going to do some crafting at home this week. And then also they had one that had lots of triangles for making bunting. Look, you can make your own bunting. So I thought I'd have those. So that was what I got in there. I think I did a second order after that. I think I did do another order. But I can't go too mad because there's only so many pennies. But when you get them at a bargain, and of course Craft Stash is a top cashback. It is one of the retailers where you get top cashback, but I would imagine that I won't get top cashback because although I put it through the top cashback site, they're closing down. And how the cashback works is that you whenever you buy stuff, you buy through the top cashback site, and then the cashback sits and waits and for a period of time before it converts to cashback. And different retailers, it takes different time. Well, if they're closing down, they're not going to be giving cash back. So even though it said I would get cash back, I don't think I will on that. But I keep getting cash back on a lot of other things, so I'm quite happy with all that. So I think that was all the goodies that I had to show you all. Oh, I think that's all that I've had for now. Although I did in another parcel, I did have some transfer tape that came, and that's to go with my new my cricket machine, the one that I bought to do the stuff for the wedding. And now I'm going to have a play. I'm going to have a play, and I'm going to do things like making Go Live Granny stickers and all sorts of things like that. When I told my daughter-in-law about that, she said, "Oh yes, I'll help you. I'll do some designing for you." So we're going to have fun with all that. I don't know how many. I don't know where I'm going to find all these hours. I need. I do need to I need to tidy up this table that you're sitting on. Is where I craft at my daughter's house, and it's got so many things on it at the moment. I need to tidy it up, so otherwise I won't be able to do it. But I'm not going to craft here next. I'm going to craft at home, so I got to pack my bags. I leave a lot of craft stuff here, so I don't have to take it all backwards and forwards. So I gave my grandchildren die cutters, and so when I'm here I use those die cutters. When I'm at home I use my die cutters. I've got the new cricket machine here, but that will stay here because somebody gave me another machine that works similar that I've got at home, so I don't have to keep going backwards and forwards, otherwise it would be a nightmare. So anyway, let's have a think about what else I need to tell you. I don't know that I've got much more news. Don't know what I can say, but I can try and make you laugh. Let's get out my funny little books. I do. Oops, I'm sitting on a pillow because I was a bit. This chair's a bit low, but it slipped and I'm falling off it. Hang on. That's better. That's better. So anyway, let's. Growing old doesn't mean growing up. Let's have a little look in this book. This is one of those books that makes me chuckle. Right. So childish hobbies you can take childish hobbies you can take up again, and the excuses you can give for them. So playing with toy cars, it's safer than driving a real one at your age. And I don't drive anymore, and I don't think I would want to drive anymore. I think my reactions are not as quick as they were, obviously, when I was younger, so I don't drive now. Right. This is one for me, I think. Dressing up as your favorite superhero. You're on a mission to deter criminals by making them laugh so much at the sight of you. Well, I don't know about that. And painting. Here we are, another hobby, childish. It says it's a childish hobby, but actually painting is not necessarily a childish hobby, is it? But painting, you can now claim your doodles are primitivist artworks worth millions. There we go. Oh, I've just had a Royal Mail message come in, a text message, which probably says that another parcel of goodies is on its way, because I think I've got another one coming from Craft Stash. There were a couple of things that I've ordered, so that's probably what that is. So there we go. And that was just reminding me of something else, and then I forgot it. I was going to say something else, and then I totally forgot. Never mind. Things that you should never stop doing. Oh, Heather's amused by this book. Drawing pictures on steamed up windows. Well, do you know what? The back of my daughter's car is quite mucky, because obviously when you're on the road a lot, at this time of year, the cars get very dirty, don't they? Before you have to go and wash them. And the kids were drawing in the dirt on the back of the car, and my daughter change one of their pictures into something else. So, oh yes, please, painting worth millions. There we go. So yes, drawing pictures on steamed up windows, shouting in a tunnel to see if it echoes. Do you do that, folks? And avoiding stepping on the cracks in the pavement, as well as being a fun game, it helps you avoid any filthy puddles underfoot. There we go. Right. Oh, this might be me in the bus stop. Look, me in the bus stop. It says singing happily at the top of your voice without embarrassment, at least not to yourself. Oh, here we are. Ways to resist being grown up. See, I like to resist being grown up. I reckon I'm the original Peter Pan-ess. Peter Pan never grew up. I'm Peter Pan-ess. She never grew up either. Hang a stocking up at Christmas, even though it may still be empty on Christmas morning. It reminds me of my sister. She used to hang things up at, always hang things. She used to hang. I can remember one year she hung so many. I mean, and I don't mean when we were little. I mean when we were quite grown. We were sort of in our teenage years, so we were more grown up. We hadn't left and married, but we were still living at home, and I can remember she got her bras out and hung them all up for Santa to fill. I think Santa did fill them too. But she's as mad as I am. Practice doing wheelies while using your exercise bike. Well, I don't have an exercise bike, so I can't be doing wheelies either. Skip happily along wherever you go, whether you're on the way to the pub to see your mortgage advisor or to a work tribunal. There we go. You don't have to go up. Now, this I have not done. I don't think I better do this one. It says insist on climbing into the supermarket trolley when you're shopping with your partner. Well, I don't have a partner. I wouldn't. I don't think I'd do that when I was with my daughter. I think that just might be. I think the trouble. I think the trouble is, if I got into the trolley, I might not get out again. I might get stuck in it. I'm glad you're finding this funny, Heather. It's good. Right. So, how to party younger. This one's called. Instead of arriving at 7 and leaving at 10, arrive at 10 and leave at 7. Spend all night playing with balloons and tooting away on a party blower, even when you've been invited to a polite dinner party. I think you might get thrown out, mightn't you? Turn the music up to full blast. These days, it's the only way you can hear anything clearly. Dear, oh dear. Right. Things you already have in common with young people. You're just going to say that getting in, it might be okay, but getting out maybe not so much. Absolutely. I think I would get stuck, Heather. I'm not going to try and climb into this supermarket trolley. I know when to stop. Right. Things you already have in common with young people. You probably never get properly dressed before noon. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You let middle-aged people do all your fetching and carrying for you. You feel yourself to be surrounded by idiots. I don't know. Things it's never too late to do. Travel the world, though it may all look a bit blurrier than it did than if you'd done it earlier. Find yourself. Hello, here comes my coffee. Thank you.
Easter bunny.
I'm an Easter bunny, yes. I'm an Easter bunny. But we decided I'm reading this. Growing old doesn't mean growing up, and I just read it. I thought I wouldn't embarrass you in the supermarket. I'll tell you what it said. And Heather in the States, she laughed at this. Insist on climbing into the supermarket trolley when you're shopping with your partner. I said, so I'd be shopping with you. But I decided that if I got
in while you're pushing.
Oh, she's decided she's going to get in and I'm going to push. No, what I thought I would, if I got in, I might get stuck and wouldn't get out. So that's what Thanks for the coffee. So she had the idea that she's going to get in and I'm going to push her. What do you think of that? Oh dear. Right, I'm just going to have a little swig of coffee because she's just brought that in for me. And I've got my coffee with my flavour drops. And you know what? I forgot to take my flavour drops with me when I went away this weekend. And I had to drink plain coffee. And I so love coffee with flavour drops. Yes, I could push her. I'd try. I don't know. I mean, she's not, she's lost weight. So it wouldn't be so heavy. But I don't know. I'm Oh, I disappeared. I don't know why the picture disappeared. Don't know where I went. I went down a black hole there. Right. So, clothes you must stop wearing. Any sportswear featuring a logo for a brand that went out of business prior to the millennium. Anything you have been waiting more than 10 years to come back into fashion. Or anything in beige that will over time make you look like a fading sepia image of yourself. Well, what do you think of all those things? That's you know. Oh, I've got something else here, and I did buy something else. I did buy something else the other day. And it was, do you remember last week I bought some stuff in Hobbycraft and they'd had an offer, hadn't they? They had a £10 off if you were spending £40. And then of course that I could get top cash back on by buying a gift card to use in Hobbycraft, and then I got that got loyalty points on all of that as well. So having bought the Cricut machine, which is behind you over there, I decided that I wanted to do some more things with the vinyl. And so when I bought the Cricut machine, I was doing vinyl on the decorations for the wedding, the table decorations. But it's got so much more potential, and you can actually buy sticky vinyl, heat vinyl that you heat and put on t-shirts and things like that. I'm going to make some of my own t-shirts. What do you think of this? And so I bought I can't see where it is. Oh, it's over there. Let me show you. I don't know if I don't think I showed you this the other day. Hang on. Oh, oops. I'm not going to take it out of it's in its box, but this is a little heat press. So when you're doing the sticky vinyl that needs heating before you stick it on, that's what I needed. But I got a good deal on that because I put it through that offer and cash back, and then I got some vouchers, loyalty vouchers now to spend. So I got a little mat to do that on as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing at some stage soon. My goodness me. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun with all that. But I'm getting very tired. So I don't think I'm going to be on too much longer because I really, do you know what? I need to go to bed early tonight. I'm so tired and I've got to travel tomorrow. And I don't want to fall asleep on the train and not get off the train when I'm supposed to. Because I don't go to the end of the line. The end of the line is, of course, I've got two changes, haven't I? And we'll see how well the passenger assist people operate tomorrow. Last time when I came back, absolutely perfect journey, no problem, lovely people, really nice. I was on time. I had the really nice people. I had a lot of fun. And that's right. And that was one of the guards said, well, he wanted Go Live Granny stickers, and he wanted a sticker to go on his little pouch that he puts his phone and that in. So, I have to get organized and do that. But I'm looking forward to, sort of expanding the crafting and doing the heat vinyl and doing lots of these star cards and things. Oh my goodness, I got so many ideas. I don't have enough hours in the day to do them, and I'm retired. But I've got a few things to look forward to when I go back to the island. Sorry, a bit more coffee. I'm meeting up with friends, various friends. I want to pop and see somebody to discuss something to do with smoothie hats. I'm going to go and see somebody about that. What else am I going to do? Oh, I've got an invite on Saturday afternoon because I volunteered with one of the charities. They have every now and again they have a get together and a thank you for their volunteers, and I missed the last two because I was not on the island. But it just so happens that I've timed it well this time. So on Saturday I will be going to a little tea party on Saturday afternoon. I'm having my hair cut on Friday. I had to push my hair appointment back. It should have been it was going to be this last week, but I was here and not there. So my hairdresser pushed it back to this week. Look, I am getting it's getting a bit long. It's getting a bit like lockdown here. Anyway, going to have my hair cut this week, and then I'm going to. There's a coffee morning for the Time Bank people. So the Ride Time Bank, and the Time Bank is where you bank your time, and you give a service, and you put, so I could say, well, I could give somebody a craft lesson, a 2-hour craft lesson, and so that puts me 2 hours in the craft bank, in the Time Bank, and then I could say, well, I actually need somebody to come. I'm obviously not having a garden at the moment, but I could say, oh, well, I want somebody to come and do 2 hours of gardening. So that, it's banking your time, and that's not a very good explanation of how it works, but that's the explanation I'm giving because I'm too tired. So I'm going to go there. It's skill swapping, really. That's basically what it is. So I'm going to do that. I think I've got quite a busy week this next week, and so I really need to plan. I'm going to catch up with Jan and the what am I going to do? I'm going to catch up with Jan and the other people I did the card crafting with. We're trying to find a base where we can do some more crafting. Skill bartering, that's right, absolutely. That's the idea, Heather. Yes, so it's great, because today they put a thing on, or they put an appeal out. They want somebody who can teach computer skills, and so that was something that somebody was appealing for. They wanted some help with the computer. There's lots and lots of, it's a great idea, because it means you don't have to pay if you've got a skill swap, it's skill swapping. It's just a great idea. Oh, and the other thing I want to do is go into the department, which is I mentioned it last week, I think, because I tried to get there last week when I was back on the island, but I ran out of time. So the department is it was a department store, and it was called Elizabeth Pack, and it's in Ryde where I live, and it was a shop where I bought the outfit that I wore to my daughter's wedding 19 years ago, and that I wore to my son's wedding 3 weeks ago. Can't remember. That wedding's gone past rather quickly. And so it's now called the department, but it's a museum. It's got a cafe in it. It's got a theatre in it. It's so much. But what I saw today, and I absolutely loved the idea, because lots of our places on the Isle of Wight, we don't have toilets. They don't maintain the toilets, or vandalize the toilets, and then the toilets are locked. You must have seen me on my social media trying to get into with my radar key, and they've actually padlocked the door because you can't use the toilet, whatever. So we have this issue of no toilet, not many toilets around. Anyway, the department has all just been done up, and it has toilets in it. So the people who are running the department, and that's a collaboration of people, they've obviously had a discussion, and they've talked to Ryde Town Council, and they've come up with a plan that we public members can use the toilets in there, and Ryde Town Council will pay for the cleaning of the toilets. And I think that's a brilliant collaboration. And now we've actually got some toilets that people can use in Ryde, which means we might get visitors to Ryde now if they know that there's toilets they can use. Ba-boom. So that's a good one. Anyway, I am sort of flagging here, folks. I am so tired that I am going to love you and leave you. Next week, as I say, a brilliant solution. It is, Heather, isn't it? It makes perfect sense, and also it's going to bring a lot of people into the department, so they will see that there's a cafe and there's all these other things. So it's it's a really sensible idea. So yes, I really do need to get to bed, Heather. So I am going to say night night now. Hopefully won't have shenanigans tomorrow, but if I do, then I'll be able to tell you all about it. It will fill another live stream. And next week I will be, if it all goes according to plan, I will be at home when I live stream on Sunday. It will be Sunday next week. And then I was just going to remember something else and then I forgot it. That's how tired I am. So I'm going to say night night. Night night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And Heather saying sleep well and sweet dreams, my friend. I'm sure I will sleep very well. While I was away, my daughter and I shared a bed. We haven't done that for a long time, but it was such a comfortable bed. And we managed not to roll into each other. It was a big, nice, big bed, and it was just wonderful. And we had the most brilliant sleep. My daughter-in-law said she'd got some special sheet on it that's grounded. I need to read up on what it was, but it was some special sheet that actually, I think she said it was plugged into. Oh, I can't start that. I'm too tired to even remember it. But anyway, we had good sleep. I can't have good sleep at the minute because there's things all over the bed. So I need to take all the things off the bed and climb in. Night night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I won't be so tired next week. Hopefully I'll have a bit of a rest up. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all again very soon. Oh, and the other thing I've got to do is download all my old live streams from Facebook, because Facebook is going to wipe them out in June, and I have hundreds on there, and I've been downloading them one at a time, but then I found a system where I think I can download most of them all at once. I just got to look into that. So there you go. Night night. See, grounding sheets, Heather says. Grounding sheets, she has them. Well, they're brilliant. It was brilliant. We had brilliant sleep. And that's what I'm going to do now. Bye. Thank you. See you soon. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Bye.